Welcome to this video. We're gonna talk about two different things. The first one is how you can play with your designator sizing. How can you change the size? How can you increase the size based on your preference? And the second thing we're gonna talk about is how you can format your designator in such a way that you like. In my schematic in my layout right now, if you look at the Designator, they're really messy, right? Like, look at this. This guy is kind of looking like a Hebrew language. You have no clue what he's trying to say. I mean, I can understand L1UF, then something like a UFO or something like a crazy name. So if you really do it in your real design, it's gonna be really pain, right? We don't want to do that. We want to make our life very easy. We want to make our designator looks like a beautiful PCB board with a tons of makeup on it, right? So this is what I kind of do. So if you really want to change the sizing of it, traditionally you can just go and change one by one, just like I did on this one, right? You can just click on it and go to your properties, and then you can change the size of it or height of it, whatever it is. But there is a better way. There is really a better way. And if you really want to know what's the better way, this is the video. Go to your panel. Once you go to your panel, and then you can click on your PCB filter, which I already clicked on it, so that's the reason it's kind of showing here. And then you will see a bunch of options there, like it's a select object to highlight, and you can see a layer. None of them is kind of really important for me right now. The only one part, which is two part is important for me, is this filter, and then the matching, right? So in the filter, always make sure that you write this designator thing, so that when you write the designator stuff, and if you click on, well, if it's right now, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna see anything, because we have to make sure something in the matching system. Always make sure this thing is checked in, the select, and also make sure this thing is unchecked, the deselect. And then based on your preferences, you can play around with zoom and mux and things, everything, whatever. But right now, I feel like my filter is pretty all set to go. All set, right? Then I can just click on apply to all. And once I do it, oh my gosh, look at that! All of the designator has been kind of like highlighted, and now all of them has selected at the same time. And now there's two ways you can change it. There's literally two ways you can change it. The first one is if you go and click on F element, or if you just click on the properties, and then if you click on the text height, and if you click on, well, not click, basically changing the values from 60 to maybe like a 30 mils, and then if you click on enter, look at that, all of them has reused in such a way that we want, right? Pretty cool, right? Isn't it? So now we can probably makes more sense that kind of looking small. You can adjust based on your preferences, right? And if you really want to get out of this screen, then you can just do a clear filter. And if you still want to make a change, you can just do a Ctrl A, and it's gonna select all of them right back. It's pretty easy. It's kind of very self-explanatory. We really don't care about it. But I want to also show you the second way you can do it. And the second one is probably you will like the most, and this is the PCB list. If you click on it, and if you click on the PCB list, it's gonna open up a gigantic box, which is a lot of good information, and you just kind of have to like change some of the options based on your preferences. Like here, I do have some like a string type, I have a layer option, I have a component option, and then some of the width of it, or things like that you feel like important for you, and then you can just change it. But always make sure when you're changing something from the PCB list, you always have to switch back to edit mode. Right now is a switch to view mode, but on the PCB list you have to click on the switch to edit mode, and then you can change any kind of option that you want to edit. So there's a lot of things you can do, so many stuff to kind of like talk about, but for now, since I haven't selected any of my the designator, it's not showing me the power of the designator. So if you want to select all the designator back, and click on apply to all, do the same thing I've been doing, and then go to your panel and go to your PCB list, and now you can see kind of all of the related options that you really want to care about, like text height, text width, mirror, bold, italic, inverted, and all of the fun part that you really care about. So if I want to like change something, maybe this one to like 20 mil, and then if I want to do the same thing for all of them, think about, I want to just copy this guy, and then I want to go back and do Control and V. All of them will go back to 20 mil, right? And you can definitely see the changes there as well. Now this got really smaller than how it used to be before, right? So this is the two way you can change your designator size, which is pretty cool. So this kind of covers our first part of the video of how you can change the designator and how can you change the size of them. Very good information. If it's not really good information, then you can just click on the dislike button and say some comments, nasty things about the video. I don't mind, because I really want to learn, and I'm still kind of like student, so I'm kind of getting myself into it. So the second part of the video, I kind of want to talk about how you can change the formations of how you want to show this designator to the customer or to the manufacturer, to me even. So to do so, if I go to my top design, and well, by the way, we might encounter some annoying problem, and I will show you how you can get rid of it. But let's just do it, okay? Let's just do it from the beginning. So click on your project, because we have to make some changes to our project option. This thing is one of the coolest part of the Altium toolbar, because you can do a lot of things like that. So if I click on the project option, and here is the main thing. I kind of play around with it so that I can just change it in a way that I want. So you can just change some kind of like a designator format based on your preferences. By the way, it's on the multi-channel, okay? So if you click on the project option, go to the multi-channel, and then you can definitely change your room naming formation. Pretty cool, huh? You can change the component formation or component naming or designator formation, whatever it is. I set it as a component and channel alpha because I kind of like it. It's kind of small, and Altium shows you a preview of it, like how it's gonna look like, right? And then you can also change how you want to separate them to each other. This right now it's kind of underscore is the one set. Basically what I'm trying to say is, if you click on this one, you see this underscore, right? So you can just change it to something that you like. But I really don't want to have it right now in my design. So probably this is something I kind of want. So if I click OK, and if I save it, and if I go to my design and update PCB documents, and I want to make sure that they are changed. But guess what? It's not changed yet. So if I even click on it, it's not gonna work. So this is one of the part of the problem. I intentionally wanted to have the problem so that I can show how to fix it. So the easiest way to fix it is if you go to Tools and Annotation, and if you click on Reset All, and if I reset all of them, and if I say that update the changes, or maybe just all on, I don't know, maybe update the changes, and now if I do accept the change, create a engineering CO, I forget the name of it, ECO or something. It's called something like engineering and change order or something. So whatever, you can do validate the change, execute the change, and once you've done it, now you can go back to your design and update the PCB documents, and now you can definitely see the changes happening right now. All the formation has been changing. From this formation, you have now at this formation. So if I go to the validate change, and if I click on execute the change, and now look at that. This is something we wanted, right? You can just have the L1C or L2C or something. That's kind of cool, and all of the name is right there. Sometimes you might face some problem of like a room is kind of messing up, and the reason it does it because of the room has been defined before, and when I make the update the change, and then it just kind of mess up, especially the one that I kind of wanted to design. So I'll just make sure you kind of do the naming changes initially, so that you don't have to face that problem. But right now, if I just like get rid of all of the room, and if I compile my project again, this is not gonna give me a problem anymore. But there's a better way. There's a better way you can fix it. So I I have to dig more into it, but this is kind of problem I was having too. Because sometimes if I have the room and if I have some kind of formation, and if I change the designator and formation of the project, it gives me some kind of trouble with the room. But right now it's not giving me any kind of problem, so it's pretty good. Right? Very good. So this is the part of the video that covers that how you can play around with a designator, how you can change the formation of it, how can you change the naming size and some other cool stuff. That's all for it. Thanks for watching. Maybe in the next video we're gonna talk about something more cool with key side areas.